Right now at 5, the new tax that could affect Onalaska drivers. How much and what's behind the hike?
Plus, a date is set for a beloved fast food chain opening in La Crosse and what the first customers can win.
Watching WKBT La Crosse, this is News 8 Now at 5.
Good evening and thank you for joining us for News 8 Now at 5. I'm Emily Brown.
And I'm Ken Kozarowski. It could soon be more expensive to own a vehicle in Onalaska.
City officials want to add a wheel tax to cover two big things.
And News 8 Now's Grace Monk is live at St. Paul, Onalaska to explain.
Tonight, Onalaska's Common Council will vote on a vehicle registration fee to help cover transportation projects. The council will decide on adding an annual fee of $25 for vehicles kept in Onalaska. The purpose is to help the city with their projected budget deficit of more than $300,000. The money would be collected by Wisconsin DOT, and the city can only use it for transportation-related costs. The city estimates the fee would bring in around $400,000 annually.
We have a street division budget within the city that's roughly about $800,000 a year. By utilizing this fee, we would be able to offset some of that cost and then utilize those extra funds for other areas around the city as well.
If approved, the fee would go into effect on November 1st. That meeting tonight starts at 7 and it's open to the public. Reporting in Onalaska, Grace Monk, News 8 Now.
Grace, thank you.
And now we want to hear from you. Is it worth paying a $25 wheel tax to pay for transportation projects in Onalaska? You can vote at news8000.com. Results tonight at 10.
Cost for drivers will be going up across the state. Starting in October, vehicle title fees will increase $50. Driver's license renewal fees up $8.50. The hike comes from the state's new 2-year budget to improve infrastructure. According to the governor, it will raise nearly $200 million in additional revenue. Lights on Winona Highway 43 bridges will be turned off during mayfly hatching. It's to reduce the number of mayflies on the bridge. They're attracted to lights, and a large number of them can cause slippery roads.
Yeah, I saw a good amount of them on the ground outside of my apartment. My niece was visiting from Houston and she didn't know what these were. I was like, these are mayflies. Yeah, but pretty seasonable conditions so far this week, Greg, but we do have isolated storms in the area.
Yeah, for today we definitely do, and it is typical July conditions here, about mid-80s, a little bit of humidity, but nothing too extreme on either direction, and that's really what we're going to see. Most of this week is typical July weather going on, but we are going to see mainly dry conditions going on. But as I mentioned, right now we still have, here's your overall temperatures, about a good degree or two above or below average. We should be mid-80s, low 80s, so all in all, pretty typical temperatures too. Going forward, there's a weak disturbance coming through, and that has ignited with some daytime heating for showers and thunderstorms. A little bit of a line here and there, but most of that activity now is south and east of La Crosse, going up towards Green Bay. There's a few showers still remaining, including an outflow that's coming through La Crosse. So isolated showers still possible, less likely as we get, this will only probably last until sunset. The bigger picture is this is pushing off to the east. That cold front to the west is something that we'll have to keep tabs of, but that's for a couple days later. Otherwise, evening activities for the most part should be fine. There's still that slight chance there for La Crosse to see it. Once again, it won't last long and very slight chance. We'll clear less of it. I think most of it's now to the south and east. Overall, still very comfortable, getting back down to 71. As you see, the heat index and the temperature are about the same for this time of year. Now, overnight temperatures getting back down to the upper 50s of north to the mid 60s south, so a little bit about average. So later on, we're going to break down the next chance we do have of rain, showers, and thunderstorms, which is coming towards the end of the weekend, and what that looks like and what the next weekend also looks like. That'll coming up a bit later.
All right. Thank you, Greg.
2 Eau Claire neighbors accused of sexually abusing children have a preliminary hearing. 82-year-old Robert Karstensen is held on a $1 million bond and 54-year-old James Barbie on a $250,000 bond. The alleged abuse happened between 2014 and 2022 and involved 5 kids. An Eau Claire teenager is facing charges after federal agents seized illegal weapon modifiers. Jaden Camdis is charged with 4 felony counts of attempting to possess machine gun conversion devices. Authorities first found the devices when stopping a package addressed to a fake name. When questioned, Camdis denied knowing about the package, but later discussed the website where they were sold. His preliminary hearing is set for July 22nd.
The Tavern League of Wisconsin held held a meeting this afternoon at Mount La Crosse, and they presented a $10,000 check to New Horizons, a shelter and outreach center advocating against domestic and sexual abuse in the area. The Tavern League is hosting their state convention in La Crosse this October, which is expected to bring hundreds of bar owners from across the state.
And every year, the Tavern League, the host committee or host county decides that it goes to somebody that's local. So we decided that New Horizons would be a good one for this year.
New Horizons officials say the money will be put toward keeping the shelter running and providing everyday essentials that their shelter residents need.
Happening around the state, the Wisconsin Supreme Court clearing the way for the state to institute a ban on conversion therapy. The ruling was 4-3. The legislature's attorney argued that decades of precedent backed up their argument. A federal judge recommending that the case against Milwaukee County Circuit Judge Hannah Dugan move forward. She's charged with allegedly helping a man in the country illegally evade immigration agents. Dugan has pleaded not guilty. Well, tuition costs at Wisconsin public universities could be going up. Today, Universities of Wisconsin President Jay Rothman proposed a 4% increase with an option of an additional 1%. He says all schools except UW Green Bay plan to adopt the additional 1%. The Board of Regents will consider the plan Thursday.
Farmers in West Central Wisconsin have a new resource for their equipment needs. Johnson Tractor today opened its massive 40,000 square foot Baldwin facility. The new dealership is south of I-94. It features a larger service area and a showroom designed for farmers and customers.
This is a real nice modern place. We'll be able to take care of our customers so much better. We've got more room for parts storage. We've got more capacity in our service area, and just a more convenient area for sales as well.
Johnson Tractor operates dealerships across Wisconsin and Illinois, including one in La Crosse.
Well, it's raising people's hunger.
Raising Cane's in La Crosse will open August 19th. At the grand opening, 20 lucky customers will win free Cane's for a year.
The Louisiana-based chicken finger chain aims to hire 100 crew members. You can apply in person July 21st through August 3rd. Still to come, growing anger in Texas. The one question officials had a hard time answering 5 days after the deadly flood.
Plus, good news at the airport, the annoying security rule that's quietly disappearing.
Dreaming of a new ride? Apply today at driveultra.org and make your dream a reality. Hey, dogs can dream too. Ultra Federal Credit Union.
You know it's time to replace some windows, a patio door, an entry door, or all of them. The Board Store's provided skillful installation of quality products for thousands of your neighbors for 35 years. Double hung slider, casement, awning windows, double glazing, triple glazing, white windows, black windows, wood grain. Our experienced sales staff will help you choose what's best for you, provide a detailed proposal and a firm price. No pressure, no nonsense. One window or a house full, call or visit the Board Store for a prompt free estimate. More than you expect for less than you thought.
Well, I am really happy to tell you that we have already made a commitment at Gunderson to do that. So we have asked all of our folks that when you need to fly, that you please prioritize flying out of La Crosse. We believe it's really important. It's our duty. We're the largest employer in this community, and I want to make sure that this airport is here for the long run, and we're committed to that. So people are taking that seriously and doing just that.
A home you love, a business that endures. It takes your vision, your hard work, and your dedication to bring them to life. The right tools help. Case IH truly understands your vision and what you need to achieve it. That's why we build the equipment, the local dealer and service network, and the data and tech you want today and tomorrow. Because we don't just build our equipment to work. We built it to work for you.
Visit any of your local Johnson Tractor dealerships, now including La Crosse and Richland Center.
Hey Larson, what are you doing up there?
Hey, I'm up here cleaning my gutters. Actually, we got gutter shutter, but my wife forgot. So I told her I'd hop up on the roof and clean the gutters. What are you up to?
Gutters clogged, my basement flooded, and now I got a mess.
Oh man, that sucks. I'll be right over to help you after these are gone.
Gutter Shutter, the strongest maintenance-free gutter on the market.
Remember, when you think gutters, think Larson, Wisconsin's best gutter experience.
Your life, your money, your way. Ultra's A+ accounts are made for you. No monthly fees, no minimum balance, no hassle. Now that's something to dance about. What are you waiting for? Open an account online today.
New video emerging from the deadly Texas flood. Camp Mystic girls singing worship songs while being evacuated from floodwaters. That video coming out as new questions center around the response timeline, and the number of missing is now at 161. CBS's Nidia Cavazos is inside the search zone in Kerrville, Texas.
Officials in Kerr County, Texas say they are not focused on the timeline of events from early last Friday morning or whether more could have been done to alert the public as floodwaters rose rapidly.
This team up here is focused on bringing people home. That's our focus. All those questions will be answered, but the priority right now is bringing people home.
5 campers and 1 counselor from Camp Mystic are still missing. Texas Governor Greg Abbott took an aerial tour of the damage and visited Camp Mystic.
Just in the Kerr County area alone, there are 161 people who are known to be missing. We will not stop until every missing person is accounted for.
Brian Christenberry's search and rescue team has assisted in the recovery of 17 bodies. He keeps the families in mind while digging through mountains of debris along the Guadalupe River.
You know, I've had a lot of people come up to me that have lost their children and their loved ones and thanked me, and it's hard to even hear that because you know, they have closure, but we haven't pulled anybody out alive yet, and that's tough.
President Trump and the First Lady will be visiting the devastated area on Friday to survey the damage. They've praised the response and rescue efforts.
I think a lot of lives have been saved. That could have been as bad as it was, and you could have lost double or triple. This thing was just really horrible.
Donations have poured in from around the world. Volunteers say they'll be here to help as long as there are those in need. Nidia Cavazos, CBS News, Kerrville, Texas.
A Menominee firefighter and K-9 are headed to Texas to help with recovery efforts. Lieutenant Andrew Kish and K-9 Reaper left for Texas at 5 a.m. today. They'll spend 2 weeks with Wisconsin Task Force 1 helping with search and recovery. And stay with News 8 now on air and online as we learn more about the Texas deadly floods.
Well, the TSA is shifting its shoe policy. It's phasing out its nearly 20-year policy requiring flyers to remove their shoes at checkpoints. The plan is getting a slow rollout at airports across the country.
Been an argument for a while that the body scanner technology that people go through in general security is sufficient enough to detect threats. TSA is also developing additional scanners that are even better at sensing it.
The policy went into effect in 2006 when Richard Reed unsuccessfully tried to blow up a plane with explosives in his shoe. Sean Diddy Combs will be sentenced on September 22nd. Combs was just convicted on federal charges of transportation to engage in prostitution. Meanwhile, his lawyer says Combs received a standing ovation from some in prison after escaping the most serious charges.
Still to come tonight, what a rescue.
Lifeguards making a daring rescue for a deer stranded in the ocean.
And really typical July conditions we're expecting for the next several days, minus no shower or thunderstorm chance, but we do have more storms towards the end of the week. We'll time those out and show you how much rain we might be getting. That all coming up on your First Warn Weather Update after the break.
Do you want to hear something really cool? This is the Amana S Series. Cool and efficient on the inside, quiet on the outside. Enjoy your outdoor space. Contact Flox Heating and Air Conditioning today.
To everyone who finds joy in a great meal, we can't wait to see you again at Culver's.
What makes us happy is making you happy.
We want every meal
to be filled with big bite moments.
Lick the spoon moments.
And even get your hands off my cheese curds moments.
They're just too good to share. From the juiciest bites to the sweetest scoops.
We're all about bringing people together
over delicious food. From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
At
U.S. Cellular, we created an event to celebrate our customers, like Luana here, called Us Days.
Yeah, they give us special rewards and exclusive deals in everything. It almost feels like we're part of a cool club together.
Sure does.
Slide Connect. Woo, woo, woo. Hug, shake.
Us Days just got bigger. All customers get a free phone with no trade-in.
Dutch Boy. It's only paint. It's only paint that goes on easy with a super smooth finish. It's only paint that battles even the toughest challenges, like keeping that neon orange under wraps. It's only paint that will inspire you to write your masterpiece. It's only paint that will help you become TV's hottest writer, where one day you'll meet this guy who starred in that thing. So yeah, it's only paint. Only durable, dependable, change your life both professionally and romantically. Dutch Boy paint.
He promised to bring down our costs. But Congressman Derek Van Orden just voted to make our electric rates skyrocket. His plan removes clean energy from the electric grid, creating an energy shortage. So now the power companies are saying, quote, "We're going to force electricity prices to the moon." How does Van Orden expect us to afford that? So the next time you open your electricity bill and see a bigger number, remember that Congressman Van Orden's plan made our rates go up.
Do you want to hear something really cool? This is the Amana S Series. Cool and efficient on the inside, quiet on the outside. Enjoy your outdoor space. Contact Flox Heating and Air Conditioning today.
The news continues on News 8 Now. Expect more.
Florida lifeguards making a bizarre rescue in the Atlantic Ocean.
Yeah, it happened at Flagler Beach. Lifeguards spotted a deer struggling to stay afloat, and they quickly jumped into action. They used a rescue board to bring the animal ashore. No word on how the deer ended up in the ocean.
He just wanted to cool off.
Just on vacation.
Yeah, on vacation. What else was he to do?
Made its way down to Florida.
Glad he was okay, though.
Yeah, we're in the midst of a bit of a dry spell, kind of what you would expect for early July, but we might get some precipitation at the end of the week, Greg.
Yeah, pretty much typical July pattern right now that we have a little bit of humidity each day, given that we're getting later in the season in July, and temperatures mid-80s, which is what we should be, low to mid-80s depending on location. So we do have a disturbance I kind of mentioned earlier that's coming through this evening, so there's a few thunderstorms out there. Coverage would be isolated. Most areas will stay dry, but just something to keep in mind of you might happen. All that will dissipate once we get towards sunset or after sunset. Tomorrow and Thursday, mostly dry. There's maybe a chance we might see a shower once again Thursday. Very low chance on that. Otherwise, seasonable conditions, which means low to mid 80s. A little bit more humid on Thursday, but nothing unbearable quite yet. Stormy on Friday. We have a system coming through that looks the best chance to see showers and thunderstorms. I don't think it's an all-day type rain, kind of like we saw for Saturday maybe, where we had some breaks then too. Cooler weekend. That's a better story. It's going to be even cooler going into the weekend, but dry so far. So the weekend looks pretty good. Overall, there's just a little bit of activity out here. Once again, once the sun sets, a lot of this will dissipate. Cloud cover will actually go away too, so mainly clear skies going overnight. But that opportunity is there. Mentioned just south of La Crosse, there's storms coming there, a few to the west and to the north. But all in all, mostly dry for the evening, and then we'll just kind of see clouds get less and less. There is a little bit of an opportunity for some haze or maybe even some fog tomorrow morning. I don't think quite dense fog, but we had some of that this morning. There's an opportunity for that too, for between about 4 to 6 a.m. Otherwise, the next chance of rain mentioned is going to come from west to east. This gives you an idea with precipitation chances right now going on. Thursday and Thursday night so far are looking okay. I think Thursday night that it starts ramping up a little bit as the system gets closer. As we go to Friday, that's going to be the problem we're going to see is really Friday. Opportunity to see showers and thunderstorms likely. We'll have to time this out a little better as we get closer. I don't think it's an all-day type rain event, but certainly we're going to see some rainfall. That'll pass through. I think Friday night we'll see some. By the time we get to Saturday, there might be a little bit of shower chance existing as you go further north and east of the area as everything kind of wraps around the low that's up there. But I think more and more less will probably stay dry for Saturday, and Sunday's going to remain dry too as we go into the early part of next week. Now there is cooler air behind this system, and we'll get in touch with that in a second here and show you what we're looking at. Overall severe threat, this is for Thursday night. We'll have to see what this changes as it gets closer. There's an opportunity to see maybe some pulse severe, but we're not expecting any widespread severe event Friday. But given that it is July, we still have that opportunity to see some of that rainfall. This could change, but once again, we'll probably see potentially maybe another inch in some areas, even higher amounts. This is mainly probably for Friday amounts that we could see. Overall temperatures, we go back to temperatures, as I mentioned, tomorrow, pretty much right where we should be, low to mid 80s, pretty light conditions. Thursday, this is a small chance for a shower or thunderstorm, but mainly dry. Temperatures pretty much the same. Humidity may come up a little bit too. And then Friday, it'll be humid, but our temperatures will be cooler given all the precipitation we'll have out there and cloud cover too. But don't expect an all-day type rainfall. Right now I think there will be breaks. We just can't time it out that far yet what's going to go on. Then as we go into the weekend, that's when it really gets nice. Low 80s, even upper 70s potentially on Saturday. Sunday, we start warming up just a little bit. And then next week, we kind of get right back into a very similar pattern where we have little weak systems coming through with typical rain chances you're going to see in July coming Tuesday and Wednesday. So nothing real hot, nothing real cold. We have some chances here and there, but all in all, I mean, I hate to use the word typical again, but it is what we expect in July type conditions.
Nothing wrong with that.
No. Thanks very much, Greg. Still to come, the ultimate Lego build after 18 hours of building.
Find out how many Lego bricks it took to build this Lego McLaren replica.
Tomorrow on News 8 Now this morning, a local author joins us live to share global stories of resilience, including 4 from the Coulee region, when we see you at 6 a.m.
Proper installation of your new windows make a difference. The team at Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions are factory trained to make sure your windows are installed to last. Call or stop into the showroom for your free estimate. River City Grill in Winona is your place for great food and drinks every night of the week. Tuesday night is rib night. Get a half rack of barbecue ribs with baked beans, coleslaw, and cornbread for only $23.99, plus $1 off craft beer. See you soon at River City Grill in Winona.
I have type 2 diabetes, but I manage it well. It's a little pill with a big story to tell. I take once daily, Jardians at each day start. As time went on, it was easy to see I'm lowering my A1C.
And for adults with type 2 diabetes and known heart disease, Jardians can lower the risk of cardiovascular death too.
Serious side effects include increased ketones in blood or urine, which can be fatal. Stop Jardians and call your doctor right away if you have nausea, vomiting, stomach pain, tiredness, trouble breathing, or increased ketones. Jardians may cause dehydration that can suddenly worsen kidney function and make you feel dizzy, lightheaded, or weak upon standing. Genital yeast infections in men and women, urinary tract infections, low blood sugar, or a rare life-threatening bacterial infection between and around the anus and genitals can occur. Call your doctor right away if you have fever or feel weak or tired and pain, tenderness, swelling, or redness in the genital area. Don't use if allergic to Jardians. Stop use if you have a serious allergic reaction. Call your doctor if you have rash, swelling, difficulty breathing, or swallowing. You may have increased risk for lower limb loss. Call your doctor right away if you have new pain or tenderness, sores, ulcers, or infection in your legs or feet.
Jardians is really swell, the little pill with a big story to tell.
Choice Hotels gets you more for your money, so you can maximize any vacation from the second you log off. Getting rooftop cocktails at the Cambria Hotel.
Yes.
Need anything, email Janet.
But there is no Janet.
Even better, check into more. Book direct at choicehotels.com.
River City Grill in Winona is your place for great food and drinks every night of the week. Tuesday night is rib night. Get a half rack of barbecue ribs with baked beans, coleslaw, and cornbread for only $23.99, plus $1 off craft beer. See you soon at River City Grill in Winona.
You're watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
All right, there's cool, and then there's this.
A life-sized replica of the McLaren Formula One car driven by Lando Norris. Who's that? It was built from nearly 400,000 Lego bricks. A team of 6 model makers spent 1,800 hours putting it together. The replica is capable of reaching speeds of up to 20 miles per hour.
Oh, it can actually move.
It can move,
okay.
wow.
I thought it was just like a showpiece.
These
Okay.
Lego builders and getting into it the way they do, like, that's fascinating.
Yeah.
I never was a Lego girl.
I was a Lego. I never did, that much.
Anything like
but and the likeness from the final product, from the Lego to the actual McLaren, that's pretty good.
Very realistic.
Yeah,
good for
congrats
them.
to those guys.
Intricate. Okay, Greg has a final look at your forecast right after this.
Slow or clogged sink, toilet, or main drain? Maxwell White can help. Ask about our $99 mainline drain opening special. Includes a free camera inspection. Address the root problem now to avoid costly repairs or future damage. Call or book online today.
These are real people seeking solutions to real pain.
I have plantar fasciitis.
My feet, my knees, hips, and back.
And then they were fit with Good Feet arch supports. Clinically proven. Significant pain relief in only 4 weeks.
I'm not feeling any pain. My heel, that's where I always feel it.
Pressure off your knees?
Yeah, actually. I didn't notice any pain in my back. I feel like I could walk all day in these.
Take back the life you love and book your personalized arch support fitting today.
At Vernon Memorial Healthcare, we believe in your birth, your way. From prenatal visits to postpartum care, we provide continuous support, respect your birth plan, and ensure a smooth transition from pregnancy to parenthood. With expert lactation consultants and a comforting home-like environment, we're here for you before, during, and after delivery. Vernon Memorial Healthcare, where your journey is in caring hands.
We hear it all the time. A company gives a homeowner a quote for replacement windows. When the homeowner hesitates, they drop the price by almost 50% if they sign today. Makes you wonder why they didn't offer that price to begin with.
They called us for a second opinion. Our price, over $5,000 less, without the sales games and for better windows.
At Clear Choice, we believe in honest pricing, no pressure, and quality you can trust.
Don't get pressured into a bad deal. Call us today.
Choose Clear Choice or something less.
News 8 Now wants to help you create memories with your family by watching movies on the big screen. Friday Flicks with Vicki Nichols of Sparta Cinema will tell you all about upcoming must-see blockbusters, plus exclusive deals at the theater. Watch this Friday at 5 a.m. on News 8 This Morning, presented by Sparta Cinema.
This adorable shelter pet wants to meet you and your family today. The News 8 Now Pet of the Week is brought to you by Wisconsin Veterinary Orthopedics.
Cut your energy bills and heat your water smarter with the Bradford White Heat Pump Water Heater from Maxwell White. Right now, get up to $2,400 in savings with rebates and incentives. Efficiency meets serious savings. Upgrade today. Bradford White and Maxwell White, built to be the best.
All right, there's your storms along the Wisconsin River area. There's a few other ones, but I drew an area, kind of two merging outflow boundaries that could erupt thunderstorms in generally kind of along that border area there with Vernon County. So keep an eye there. Otherwise, isolated activity for most. So once the sun goes down, the activity will go down. That's the good news. Tomorrow looks dry. The next chance, a few showers Thursday. Late Thursday night into Friday is going to be probably the stormiest period of that. The best shot to see rainfall. And then so far, the weekend looks fairly good.
Very
coming
nice.
up too.
Oh, yeah. All right. Thanks for joining us at 5.
We'll see you at 6.